What has a 100 chance of happening in the next 50 years? Long-time AI engineer here, 37 years since I coded my first neural network in college. Aggie, and the singularity. I'm most excited about near-term trends though. AI-generated music is getting really good, really quickly. Here's some songs I've finished using. https suno com playlist df97a 6 to 2d5e7 4840 to 8 fd0f to 0 to 8e533750. The GDP per capita around the world will rise after inflation, and this will lead to an enormous increase in energy consumption. This will increase demand for all sorts of energy, including both renewables and fossil fuels. In the near term 5-10 years, you can expect to see coal consumption rise in the emerging world. The struggle to survive with greedy companies is going to hit a tipping point. Everything is getting more expensive, while the wages we are paid stay relatively the same. It's already a serious problem, and it will only get worse. We all know this. Chances are the tipping point will be way before we hit the 50-year mark. LeBron James will flop on the court at some fake contact. Someone somewhere is going to be upset about elections and claim the results of an election show the end of democracy. Government programs will grow and waste more money. Redditors will continue to demonstrate both the best and worst in humanity. People realizing the claims of a globally catastrophic period of warming was never actually a realistic threat. The same way that we now know Miami isn't underwater like the prediction for it was back in the 90s. But that doesn't mean it will stop being shoved down our throats. We'll probably either get past the point of no return on climate change, or the impact will be great enough that governments consider radical action on the topic. First one would be grand in the historical way. Second one, IMO, more plausible right now, could be scary. You're going with Hindu nationalism, they'll have a religiously motivated civil war in the future, or at least a large and potentially volatile secessionist movement from their 200 million Muslim citizens. You will not have done what you've always wanted to do and will not chase your dreams. You will look back and say, where did I go wrong? Also, war in the Middle East probably corner happened too. At-home medical diagnosis. We're going to have testing machines or blood samplers that will tell us what's wrong, and we'll teleconference with doctors and won't have to leave our homes. Countries like Japan, Italy, and Germany, among others, will likely continue to experience an aging population, which could impact everything from the workforce to healthcare systems. Climate change becoming more disastrous and causing a huge impact on the society. Energy being a major concern. The average quality of life in developed countries becoming worse. An American Civil War. Not saying it lightly. Encountered way too many sympathies and wants of violence from people. Aside from that, general expectation. I hope I'll be wrong. In 50 years, teenagers will be rolling their eyes at their parents' ancient 2020s memes, while using slang that makes yeet sound like Shakespeare. Well, not 100 but almost is really smart AI. Or nuclear war. One of the two. Or maybe both. I don't know which is more dangerous. The wholesale demographic collapse of China, Russia, Japan, and a lot of Western and Eastern Europe. The numbers are already in place. People will be complaining about the music of that day and look back at everything before that with rose-colored glasses. I've read that at the rate tequila is consumed and how long it takes to make it, we will run out in the next 50 years. In the same 24-hour period, several countries will beat the high-temperature records set by Hiroshima and Nagasaki. A well-known YouTuber streamer will be ousted for having an illicit relationship with one or more underage fans. Another anniversary edition of Skyrim, and maybe a 50 chance of Elder Scrolls 6 being released in that period. World War III. We have been in peace for so long that world leaders are doing everything to provoke each other. The sun will rise every single day. Guaranteed. Unless you're in Alaska during the winter, then good luck. I will depart this existence and slip into whatever is next. Be it void or more confusion, I cannot know. Pensions will be a thing of the past, and most people will not be able to retire before their funeral. Economic crisis. As a millennial, I only remember one after another, aping my professional career. I dust in the wind. On a lighter note, I still have hope for mass-produced flying cars. A cesium-133 atom will transition between energy states 14, 504, 869, 817 to 47, 600, 00 times. Nothing, absolutely nothing in the future has an exact 100 chance of happening, ever. The Leafs not winning the Stanley Cup. I like to think the pain has made me stronger. Stupidity will evolve from a state of mental dullness into a natural personality. At least one US state will try to secede. My money would be on Texas or Florida. A major earthquake in California, Alaska, Japan, Seattle likely in that mix too. More inflation in the US as a result of market gambling and speculation trading. That there will be some sort of war causing massive destruction and human loss. YouTube will somehow manage to get even worse terms of service agreements. A giant leap in computing power after migrating from silicon to graphene. All the world water vets will be gone, and most of the Nam and Korea vets too. Almost all, hopefully, of the US Senate will be long dead from old age. At least 30 of America becoming clinically obese. Probably much more. Oil will no longer be the dominant form of energy consumed by society. If Trump is elected, end of democracy, and we will have a dictatorship. The evil, corrupt people who are tormenting us now will be dead. I will die. I'm 60. So I'm pretty confident in that prediction. Drake getting arrested for crimes against women and children. Automated cars for sure, so more revolutionize transportation. I will die. 0.50-year-old man that drinks beer and eats bacon. The human population increasing while some languages die out. The Pacific Northwest is overdue for a gigantic earthquake. Extreme weather events getting worse and more frequent. AI smarter than humans. After that, all baits are off. A depression of unseen proportions around the world. I think either we overthrow capitalism or go extinct. I die. I don't see myself living past 77 years old. Life will get more expensive for the working class. Me tripping over our small dog and hurting myself.